Hello, it's Mrs. Z. Today we have grade 5 mission 2 lesson 28, but it's a part 2. I already did problem 1 and 2. Now we're going to do problem 3 and problem 4. Okay, let's see what we have. Gymnasium is building a tree house for his 2 daughters. So he's building tree house for his daughters. He cuts 12 pieces of wood from a board that is 128 inches long. So imagine he has a board that is 128 inches long, and he's going to cut 12 pieces from that. So by just rethinking this, that we have here total number of, or we have a one whole board. So I'll put here T total, so I know that it could be. He cut 5 pieces from that board that measure 15 and 75 inches. So he will do 5 times this same value. And then each value is 1575. Then, and 7 pieces evenly cut, so equally cut, from what is left. Jim calculates that due to width of his cutting blade, when you have a cutting blade, you saw the wood, and he will lose a total of 2 inches of wood in the little droplets. So he will lose a total of 2 inches of wood after making all of the cuts. What is the length of each of 7 pieces? So the question is, what is the length of each of 7 pieces? So we're going to use the strategy, read problem, draw picture, I would say calculate, and the right answer. That's what I will using one more piece to it. So let's see. He has to cut 12 pieces. So and then he will also have a 2 inches that he will have extra. So if we have about piece to be this big, for example, so that's total board. And I'm going to take a tape diagram to be that board. All right. So if this is board, the first story says that he had 128 inches along this board. Okay, so that is the total and is inches. After that, he cut 5 pieces, measure 15 and 75. So I'm going to take and this is 1 piece, 2 pieces, 3, 4, 5 pieces. So he will cut these 5 pieces, and he knows he needs them to be 1575. 15, I'm gonna turn 1575, 1575, 1575, and 1575. Okay, so we don't know how many is all together this, but it would be 5 times 1575. If I want to know how much of the board he will take off when he makes these 5 equal parts, we will need to use operation 5 groups of this number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the story says, after that, he will cut 7 pieces evenly that of this what is left. But also the story says that he will have 2 inches wood that will be lost during the cutting. So if I imagine that this is about how much will get lost to end, like this part could be lost at just 2 inches. So we can label lost wood. Okay, wood. So this is the part then he will need to cut into 7 equal pieces. But we don't know how much is that, and also we don't know how much each piece will be, how long it will be. So but the good thing is we know that the total is this whole piece. And then if we take what we know, 2, and this part here, we will have that how much of the board is left. So let's do first thing. So we're going to do 15 and 75 times 5. So, okay. 5 times 5 is 25. 5, I remember 2. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 2 is 37. Remember 3. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 28. Remember 2. 5 times 1 is 10, plus 2 is, sorry, I messed up. Did I mess up? No, I didn't. 5 times 5 is 25. 5, remember 2. 5 times 7, 35. Plus 2 is 37. 7, I remember 3. 5 times 5 is 25. Plus 3 is 28. 8, remember 2. 5 times 1 is 5. Plus 2 is 7. All right. So now there are hundreds. So in our answer have to be also hundreds. And that will be 78 and 75 inches. So now we know that this is 78 and 75 hundredths of the next inch. So now when we know this, we can add 2 more to it, and then we will have how much are these 2 parts that we know he can take off. So that would be 78 and 75 plus 2 inches. This is a good practice because if I'm adding 2 inches, I will have to put them under the 8 inches. So this is whole number 2. And I need to add them. So 5, 7, decimal point is on line. 8 plus 2 is 10 plus 1 is, so it's 80 and 75. So we know now that the total is 180, 128, and we can write it as the undecimal number with adding 0 tenths and 0 hundredths. And we need to subtract this part and this, which is 80 and 75, to get how much is that left that needed to be cut in 7 pieces. So let's see now, minus, we're going to put the decimal first, 75 hundredths in 80 wholes. So underline put decimal first. That's decimal is aligned. I can also do this and say, let's subtract. When you subtract, you have the total, which is 128, 0, hundreds. If I have 0 hundreds, I cannot give you 5 hundreds. If I have 0 tens, I cannot give you 7. So I have to regroup the wholes to make this 10 tens. Then I will borrow 110 to make 10 hundreds and regroup 1/10 into 10 hundreds. When I have numbers and then I regroup them, I can go and subtract. I can say 10, I can give you 5, and I have 5 left. 9, I can give you 7, and there is 2 left. 7 minus nothing is 7. And then I cannot give you 8 when I have 2. So I have to regroup 100 and make that 10 plus 2 is 12. So now I have 12 and I need to subtract 8 from it. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There is 4 numbers between 8 and 12. So answer is 12 minus 8 equals 4. So now you can check your answer. 5 plus 5 is 10. 2 plus 7 is 9, 7 plus 0 is 7, 4 plus 8 is 12. So you can check that your subtraction is correct if you go and add your answer with a number that you subtract. So I got this much is gonna be this part here, and it has to be cut into 7 equal pieces. So if I cut each into 7 pieces about, so it will be 1 piece, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is 7. So this is what is left, and is 47 and 25 hundredths. So we needed to divide that into 7 pieces to find how much is 1 piece. I will put P for piece. So that would be your unknown variable. So we have put question mark right there. So we don't know how much is one of these 7 pieces. Now we need to divide 47 and 25 hundredths by 7. So we're going to use a standard algorithm. So if I start right here and I say I need 47 wholes and 25 hundredths, divide in groups of 7. My group is 7 and I need to make, so I like if I can do the line, so my numbers is placed in the right place value. I'm gonna go one number at a time. So that means you have 4 tenths. If you cannot make groups of 7 tenths from it, correct? So we have 0 groups of 7. Now if I add and regroup tenths, make all 47 once, I can make groups of 7. So I know that 7 times 7 is 49, so that's too much. So it has to be 6. 6 times 7 is 42. When I subtract, I got remainder of 5. Okay, if you don't know this, how to work with it's easier if you use your idea of how many groups of 7 are in 47. So you can say one group is 7, and one more group is 2. That makes 14. It's kind of multiplication facts. 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 7 is 14. I'm going to add one more 7, and that will be 3 times 7, which is 21. And add 7 more, that will be 28. That's 4 times 7 is 28. And then add 7 more, that would be 5th, and that is 35. Okay, and add 7 more, so that would be 42. So now you can see that 6 times 7 is 42. So your number here is 6 times 7 is 42. And then I have left 47 minus 42 is 5. Now I'm going to bring down 2, and now my number is 52. So I have to keep going. If I have 7 more, that would be 7 times 7, and it will be 49. If I add one more, that would be much more than 52. So that doesn't work. So, but first thing is, here's the decimal. So I have to have placed my decimal right above that it will appear in my answer. So now there is 7 groups of 7 in 52, but that is 7 times 7 is 49, as you can see. So that is, now I can subtract 9 from 2. So I have to regroup and make 12 minus 9 is 3. So now I have leftover 3, and I will 3/10, I will bring the hundreds. I will make 35 hundredths. And now you can see, if you go back to your multiplication chart, you know that here 5 times 7 is 35. So there is gonna be 5 here. 5 times 7 is 35, and you have nothing left. So I know now that each of these pieces is 6 and 75 hundredths. So now we need, remember, we read, we draw, we calculate, and then we write answer. So I will find room here to answer in writing this question. What is the length of each of the 7 pieces? So the length of each of the 7 pieces is 6 and 75 inches. Okay, 6 and 75 inches. I can also add here that P equals 6 and 75 inches. But I want to also add something. So this is what we were looking for, and we just found each of these pieces is 675 inches. What I would like you to introduce here, because you're 5th grade, sometimes people create expression to solve the problem. So if I'm thinking about how I could make expression for this problem, I could think about language, what they say, and then use parentheses, brackets, and bracelets to make expression. So this is just additional, but I will, so if I say expression to solve problem, so we start with what we have. We had 128 inches long piece of the wood. So if I say 128 that I have, and then from that I subtract this part. So I subtract five groups of 15 and 75 hundreds. Okay, but now because I have multiplication, I have to use parentheses because I need to find what this is first. Remember, I found what this is first. Then I subtract from the total. So after I did that, I actually take off also this 2 inches. So we can say, okay, now I can find this. But then I can use my bracket and then I will subtract 2 pieces, 2 inches that it's going to be lost. And finally, I can use my bracelets that when I finish this, I can finally divide everything into 7 equal pieces, and then I will find what my piece is. I will know. So this is expression for this whole problem in using parentheses, brackets, bracelets, and all operation multiplication and division and subtraction that we were using in this problem. Okay, so that could be one of the way to think. Let's see. Now I'm going to do problems for, okay, so problem 4 said a load of bricks is the load. A load means one load of bricks is twice as heavy as a load of sticks. So the load of bricks is twice heavy than a load of sticks. Okay. The total weight of 4 loads of bricks and 4 loads of sticks is 771 kilograms. What is the total weight of 1 load of bricks and 3 loads of sticks? So let's start with first sentence again. A load of bricks is twice as heavy as a load of sticks. So if we think that, let's see, how about 2 centimeters to be one of the loads? So I'm going to create, this is 2 centimeters by 1 centimeter. Okay. So this is 1. Okay. If that is 1, let's make one more down a little more further. Right. So we can think this. If the loads are the same, both this is bricks and this is sticks. If the story says the load of bricks is same as the load of sticks, then the boxes units will be the same, correct? But they says a load of bricks is twice as heavy as this load of sticks. So we can show that how it looks like when something is twice as heavy. It means you have 2 times that same thing. So this is really 1 load of bricks and this is 1 load of sticks. And now they say this. the total weight of 4 loads of bricks. So I'm going to show you, this is one load of bricks. One load of bricks. And then this is one load of sticks. Okay. Now they say 4 loads of bricks. So 4 load of this. This is one load. So I need to make 3 more loads. So that is, if I hold on, it's going to be 2, 4. Okay, 2 and one more. So this is one more load, 2, and then 3, and then 4. Should be about till here. Okay, I'm going to make this parallel. Okay, I think I'm there. You go. Okay. So I need to cut this into the, because it is, okay, so right now 2 parts makes one load. So this is the 2 loads, 3 loads, and this is 4 loads. 1 load, 2 loads, 3 loads, 4 loads. And they said 4 loads of bricks, which we draw, and 3 loads of sticks. This is 1 load of sticks. So you need to show 2 more, which is, okay, and it's about to here. So now this is 3 loads of sticks. 1 load, 2 loads, 3 loads. Now I have units, they're same size, and that they are equal, and then I can figure it out how many is total of these units, because I need to know that these 4 loads and these 3 loads, they together make 771 kilograms. So I can see that this here, all that together will equal 771 kilogram. Okay, so now you look and you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so something is wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4 loads, yes. 4 loads of bricks, that's correct. And 4 loads of sticks. I made only 3. You see, I made a mistake. I need 1 more load of sticks to be accurate by the story. So 4 loads of the sticks and 4 loads of bricks will give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 units. They are equivalent. So now to find what 1 is will be if I take the whole thing, 771, and divide in groups of 12. So I am going to use standard algorithm, and I'm going to start right here. Let's see, like that. All right, can you see it? Okay, sorry, I'm moving. So my group is 12. I'm going to circle it 12, and I needed to divide 771. Okay, I would like you to think going one number at a time. For standard algorithm, use the rules. If I have 700, can I make groups of 1200s? No, I have 0 groups of. So now I'm gonna have 700, change that into 77 tenths. So if I have 77 tenths, can I make groups of 12? Yes, I can. So I can guess like 5 times or 6 times or 7 times. I can do that. Adjust my thinking. I can, but I also can do adding 12 each time. So if my group is 12, right here, I'm going to add one more 12, and there will be 2 groups. So I will have 24. If I add one more group of 12, this is multiplication, 1 times 12, 2 times 12, 3 times 12 would be 36. Okay, now if I add one more 12, that would be 4, and that would be 48. If I add one more 12, that would be 5, and that is 60. And then if I add one more 12, that would be 6. So 6 times 12 is 72. I will not go further than 72 because I have 77. So 6 times 12 is not 77, is 72. When I subtract, I got 5 left over. Finally, I'm going to bring in my 1 down, and I will have 5 tenths left. Together with 1, I will have 51 ones. I can make a group of ones, so I can look here and I can see, oh, I can go to 48. So it has to be 4 because 4 times 12 is 28. So I can make 4 groups of 12 in 51, but 4 times 12 is 48. When I subtract, I have to regroup. So 11 minus 8 is 3, and 4 minus 4 is nothing. So I have 3 left, but I want to keep dividing. So when I need to keep dividing, I have to put a decimal point because right now I have 3 wholes. I'm going to change that into 30 tenths or 30 dimes if you think about money. So now I go and think how many 12s are in 30. I go back to my multiplication chart and think, oh, I can use 36, but I can use 24. So it has to be 2 here. So 2 times 12 is 24. When I subtract, I have to regroup to make ones. So 10 minus 4 is 6, and 2 minus 2 is nothing. Again, I have left over 6, but I'm going to keep dividing by now having 6 dimes. I'm going to change them into the hundreds. I will make all them pennies if I think that way. Okay, so now I have 60. And how many 12s are in 60? I go back to my, and I found 60 right here, and it's perfect. 5 times 12 is 60, so I know I have to put here 5. 5 times 12 is 60, and now I do not have remainder, so I know how many pieces is each of these 12 units. So 1 unit is 64 and 25 hundredths of kilogram. So I can write this was, so it was a question mark how much each is, but now when I know it, I'm just going to write here it's 64 and 25 each of them is that. Okay, now we know now how much is each unit, but that the question is, what is the total weight of one load of bricks? So one load of bricks is this. Okay, one load of bricks, and when we know what one load of bricks is, it is 2 times this number, because it's each is 64.25, and then this is 64.25. So two of them, it's like 2 times 64 and 25 hundredths. That is one load, one load of bricks. And then, oh, sorry, you can see the question is, what is the total weight of one load of bricks? This is one load of bricks, 64.25 plus 64 and 25 hundredths. So, or we can say 2 times this unit, plus they will say 3 loads of sticks. So load of stick is just this one unit, but because they said 3 loads, it would be 3 times 64 and 25 hundredths. And now we can use our knowledge of multiplication. We can say, or we can add the same number by 2 times, or same number by 3 times. It's the same thing. So let's see, 64.25 times 2. 2 times 5 is 10. I remember 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 6 is 12. So that is, and then decimal point is in hundreds. So that is one load of bricks is 128 and point 50. Did I say that? Yes, 0.50. Okay, and then now if we can add one more of the value, or we can practice multiplication. 64.25 times 3, and okay, so 3 times 5 is 15. Remember 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 4 times 3 is 12. I remember 1. 3 times 6 is 18, plus 1 is 19. So we got hundreds here, so it's going to be in hundreds. 192.75 is 3 loads. 1, 2, 3. So these 3 loads and this one load, we need now add together. So, and that is the total that we need to find. Okay, so let's see, we're going to rewrite 192 and 75. I like if we can draw lines through the place between place values. So now I'm putting decimal point first, and I am adding 50 hundredths, and then 8 ones, 2 tenths, and 100. And then I will add those together. So 5 decimal point, 7 and 5 is 12. I remember 1. 10 in 1 is 11. And again, I remember 1. I made 1 10. 10 and 2 is 12. And I remember 100, so it is 300. It's 321 and 25 hundredths are these. So we needed to find these 3 loads. And then this 1 load together. So that was the question. So we're going to go back to question so it can help us to rewrite answer. I'm going to make it a little bit taller. Ready? Okay, so use the language. What is the total weight of 1 load of bricks and 3 loads of sticks? So we can use language. The total weight of 1 load of bricks and 3 loads of sticks is 321 kilograms and 25 hundredths of the next kilogram. So let's see, the total of 1 load of, I'm gonna abbreviate, bricks and 3 loads of sticks is 321 and 25 kilograms. All right, so that was part 2 on the lesson 28, and it is set problem, grade 5 mission, grade 5 mission 2, lesson 28. This was the first one, the problem 3, and then this was the problem 4 to do. Okay, guys, I hope that this makes sense to you. Okay, and then this was Mrs. Z. Thank you for listening. I hope that this explanation makes sense to you and make smart choices. Be happy. All right, bye.